Yeah, it's interesting, right? Of course, I'd wish things had gone differently in the past 2 years, and I would have played amazing and everything. But I truly believe everything happens for a reason, and and Aaron knows this, but he's somebody I've looked up to since I can remember playing football. So, I'm very appreciative of him and how much he is willing to help me, because he really doesn't need to be that vocal, but he honestly truly is an amazing friend. And obviously such an amazing quarterback. And so I am learning a lot of football, not just from him, but Hackett, Downing, our whole offensive staff. And, I feel like I've been really enjoying it. Yeah, I'd say, with everything, working within the offense, having everything start with your feet where your eyes need to be, what things you simplify, what things you can take a little further, understanding things. And, he's really good at, letting me bother him after plays, like, hey, what'd you think there? Did I miss something here? What'd you think on that one? And, he's very responsive and open to helping with all that stuff, so I appreciate that. Of course, I would like to be the guy. So, at first, you're not always happy about that, but, I'm extremely psyched that out of any quarterback we could have brought in, it was him, and I had been talking with him, this offseason. I was with him, early in the offseason before any of this was even getting talked about, and so we got to spend some time together, and it was really cool to kind of see how it all went together. And I have to look at kind of where I'm at as a quarterback and how I can look to be the best I can be, and I do think this could be a big part of it. I think what he brings to the table, what Coach Hack and Downing bring to the table could be really good for me in my development, and then this offense, of course, too. They were extremely open about everything, and I can't be bitter with the situation. I didn't perform well, and you have to take situations as they come, and so they were extremely open about it. What OCs we were looking at and quarterbacks we were looking at and different things like that. So, I appreciate the way that those guys handle everything. I think right now I'm having a ton of fun, like more fun than I've had, and I think that's just, the QB room, being with Aaron. I think it's feeling like every single day there's so much to learn. It's like every day I'm just like, wow, I just learned 10 different things about playing the quarterback position. So I think I'm getting so eager to be there and soak up all the information that whole room has. So I think that's making it fun, which then translates to just playing free on the field. And the coaches do a good job of making everyone have a lot of fun, too. Yeah, it means a lot. That's why I'm always, telling them, can I bug you every single chance I can get, because I just want to know everything. I want to understand, what it takes to be the best, because, he's right there. And, I really appreciate that, and that's why I'm always so open to having his perspective on things.
Has he joked with you about making his life hell?
Well, that's what's funny, right? Is I feel like through this whole process, how old is he? 40? I mean, he's double my age. I'm like, you're like my big brother I never had, and sometimes the little brother's got to make your life hell. So, obviously, he's freakishly talented in his arm and everything, but his understanding for the game, his intelligence to take something and make it seem so complex and then all of a sudden make it seem so simple at the same time is really, truly amazing. I'd say his best gift is how curious of an individual he is. He's always researching and wondering and figuring things out and dives really deep down some rabbit holes of some crazy things. And so I really enjoy just the way his mind works. Like, I walk in the training room and he's playing puzzles on his phone because he can't stop thinking and putting things together, and I'm like, dude, just relax for a minute, So that's his number one quality. He's just extremely intelligent.